Okay, we're good. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, beloved.
Welcome.
We are we are joining in light, and I just want to thank Jesus to come together to see what's true together. In the honesty of God, we see that the light is here, and we ask Jesus what desire is most helpful to look at in this session. A desire that denies that the light is here. What we were hearing is the desire for control, or to feel in control and out of control. Is that correct?
Yeah, at the same time.
At the same time. And we can just we can also listen and see if there's any other desires that come to mind right now. And everyone can hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little delayed and a little splattered.
Okay.
Well, we can make it out.
It's good desire to look at. Yeah, it's saying that my connection is unstable. So it's just, it may cut out a little.
Okay, well, let's proceed. And if it gets too bad, we'll wave and shout and I'll take over from here.
Okay. I hear yes, the desire to feel in control and out of control at the same time.
Should we start with the light?
Yes. Yes. Yes, first, it's when we see that the light is here. That's what we come together in the joining to first, light is here, and then we look at the desire to deny that, to deny the light is here.
Renee, can I offer something? I don't know if it'll resonate, but if you turn off your video, you might have better audio. You are.
Let's try. Okay. Okay. How's this? Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. So we asked Jesus to show us the relishing of the desire for control, to feel in control and out of control at the same time. And we'll be using the joining worksheet for this, which can be found at joininginlight.net and on our phone app in a couple of places, if you want to take a look at that. In A Course in Miracles, I emphasize the value of joining with me in a moment of light, and joining with your brother as the symbol in your mind that you are loved by God. Your brother is a symbol of the divine light within you, unless you would label him otherwise, and thus in turn limit your experience of yourself. In this, you deny your divine power. And Jesus says, I will remind you not to look upon the error and make it real. This is a denial of yourself. Look not at the experience. Join with me to look directly at the desire below the experience. Ask me if you desire the experience that you are having. And if I tell you that you do desire it, admit that you do indeed desire the experience. So I think I said yes, but I do. I do have this desire to feel in control and out of control at the same time.
I have it.
He's saying, you have? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Admission of the desire is powerful. It is no longer holding on to the denial that you are indeed denying divinity. This leads to very fast release and acceptance of the miracle. In other words, you are admitting that you do have a desire to deny that you are light through experience. Ask me then what to do and listen for the answer. And he's saying, share my answer with your brother.
I hear ask me, ask for help from brothers too.
Yes. Yeah, he's saying if you are not clear, ask your brother what he hears from me and listen when he shares it.
You're not alone.
What I'm hearing in terms of relishing this desire is that I have both going on at the same time.
Yeah, it feels like a split or a rip. It's like a pulling apart that I'm indulging in.
I'd like to think my ego mind,
Relishing, like a pleasure.
yeah, the ego mind likes to think there are two different things. I'm either trying to control or I'm being controlled from outside myself, but they're both loops I can see in the mind. They're highly relished. And there's just
Okay.
pacing in the mind back and forth with these two.
Yeah. And I was prompted to ask if this is holding or release.
I'm feeling holding.
Jesus says, holding, okay. He says, ask me whether you are ready for the miracle, for I will tell you if you have a hidden desire to deny the miracle. Ask me if there is anything else you need to see.
Here, you don't want to turn it over.
No.
I'm hearing there's so much personal identity in this desire.
And it has
Yeah.
vulnerability and feeling that vulnerability is weakness. It's a confusion. Isolation.
Okay, we can ask what we are getting from this. desire.
Keeps the game going, that's for sure.
Hmm.
I'm hearing, I feel at odds, or it's like a relish of feelings with myself.
Could you repeat that?
Feeling at odds with myself or feeling out of sorts is the other kind of, yeah.
Sometimes you come in garbled, so we may ask for.
Yeah, and I have some background noise here as well, so I'm just muting myself in between. That way it doesn't add a bunch of extra noise there to the mix. If that's helpful, I think unless you can't hear that background noise.
I can't hear it. You too? No.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I notice that my ego wants to think that, or the personal identity, that being in control is a good thing and being out of control is a bad thing.
Mhm.
And I think I have a choice in the matter.
Yeah.
Here it's like both feel, I'm going to use a highly technical term, yucky, but it's like the mind doesn't know what to do. So there's like a muddle. It's like forgetting to look to him, to follow him in those moments. It's like an amnesia, a veil. I hear I'm right here. Going back into relishing. Relaxing into relishing. Take a breath and relax, he says. You think you could do something wrong.
He's also telling me that because the personal identity wants to think that being out of control is outside of me, and I see God as outside of me, that I feel out of control when I'm communicating with God. Like somehow the personal identity is out of control and unstable.
Yeah, what I hear is like it's like I want to do this when it comes to speaking his voice, speaking as the light, to want to have this experience of control and out of control at the same time, to obscure the voice. Uh, and this is not natural, I hear. What's most natural is hearing my voice and speaking my voice. This is Christ control, where um, there's no opposite to the voice. There's only the voice that's just extending.
Seeing a constant state of agitation with the in control, out of control.
Yeah, I was actually hearing to ask if we are holding or releasing.
I'm hearing holding with a little bit of loosening, lighting up.
Jesus, are we ready for a miracle?
I'm hearing no. And then even as I say that, it lightens up.
Yeah, it's helpful just to see the no, to see, even if like I want nothing to do with a miracle whatsoever, I would rather have anything but a miracle, or anything but the light. That's helpful to see. It's so helpful. It's like he's that no, without judgment. And sometimes we'll have some releasing, and then we'll ask, are we ready for a miracle? And we'll hear no, and then we'll we'll just ask, is this complete for now? Or do we keep looking deeper with this? Is there more to see? Is there something underneath this desire that we need to look at?
There's an unconscious belief that there's freedom. In play or in control.
Yeah, I'm hearing that it's helpful to see what we're valuing with this desire.
So seeing of in control and out of control makes the world incredibly small and boxed in.
Yeah, I hear the word security. It's like a shelter, security.
And there's a fear of like stepping out of the box or out of the door, out through the door. Like it's just so much safer in here. Even though there's a knowing that's not true.
Jesus, do we relish this experience that our safety comes from the desire to feel in control and out of control at the same time?
I'm hearing that there's such an emotional investment in both states, in control, out of control, that it is a wonderful device for the ego to make sure we don't look at anything else. We're just so consumed by in control, out of control.
It's like a vice grip.
Mhm.
Is that going into the experience? Are you hearing that you want to go into the experience, or?
It's good that you say that. It feels like looking at the vice grip energy and what Kathleen said just relaxes. Relaxing.
Yeah, we can do a light check. Jesus is the light here. I find that very helpful, and I do that throughout the day. And sometimes I forget, and then he just gently reminds me that the light's always here. Despite my best efforts, the light is always here. So he's always welcoming us to check in with it. And I hear him saying, hold my hand, just hold my hand. Can this desire outlast the light?
I noticed too, he's showing me how I'm so arrogant and thinking I know what being in control and out of control are. It's like being in control is chasing my preferences, pleasing myself, and out of control is supposedly the opposite.
Hmm.
What he's been showing us is that it's the same. There's pleasing in both, supposedly both states of mind, or both experiences.
Yeah, what I hear is getting what I want and not getting what I want, and how those are the same. Getting what I want and not getting what I think I want.
I just asked him, what is it that I don't want to see in this desire? And he very directly said that there is a great deal of mind wandering, that perhaps you could be a little more determined to take responsibility for your mind.
Hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's honesty of God. In the miracle worksheet, he says that when I tell you the time is right for a miracle, then you will see it is already accomplished. This will train you to put all miracles under my control and ask for my help for all miracles. I am in charge of the atonement and thus know which miracles are to be performed and what timing is best for miracles. As you desire to refuse yourself miracles and thus suffer the effects of not experiencing miracles and hearing my voice, both of which are natural to you. This is what I mean when I say that miracles must not be under conscious control, as consciousness is a desire to control and thus limit miracles. Thus, you must rely on my guidance in this regard.
Yep, seeing the desire for mind wandering, the drift.
Sure. And are we willing to release this to a miracle. Do we want control and out of control at the same time more than God?
I would like another way to live without that.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
like to see it differently.
We're looking, Kathy, we're looking at the desire for the experience to feel in control and out of control at the same time. And we're asking for a miracle, and we're hearing that we are ready. Ready for a miracle. It feels like he just comes in and kind of like just like cradles me and says, okay, this is to hear me clearly is what's most natural. And it's a falling away of the untrue. It's a falling away of what doesn't work and what we see as the light of divine being. We see that it never worked. And then we ask, you know, in the honesty of God, has this ever made me happy or ever made me free? Whatever we're valuing in the desire, has it ever given me safety? Am I willing to see that it's not offering me safety, and it never will?
Yes, very clear.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just keeps encouraging us to be determined, to see. It's just stay with the relishing and go all the way with the desire each time. And then if we're hearing that we're not ready for a miracle, to just keep asking him and be in a dialogue with him, because that's um, very powerful, just to be in a dialogue with him and doing light checks. And then the unnaturalness just kind of is falling away. And the clarity comes in stronger and stronger. And our willingness has no limit. So it feels like this session is coming to a close. And in closing, I just wanted to say thank you. We can see in the light that there's no limit to the miracles that we can ask for and receive. That we share this light, and it's not going anywhere. It's always here. And if anyone else is hearing something they'd like to share.
Stay with it when it comes up.
Yeah, join with the brother. If it comes, when it comes up. And it feels lighter and freer, doesn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Just keep digging it up. Weird.
Yes, putting it in the light and seeing the simplicity of that. How beautiful that is. It's our divine nature, and it's accepting our divine inheritance. And there's no limit. No limit in the light. Thank you. I'm just going to turn my video on for a moment. If I can figure it out. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. I love
you.
you.
Bye, Greg. Bye, Kathy.
Bye, Greg. Bye,
Good
Kathy.
to see you.
Mhm. And then Mary, if you wanted to just in closing mention kind of the messenger group and such, since your connection is stronger than mine, if you want
Bye now.
Joining.
just mention the Joining Express and the miracle worksheet and what we have coming up.
Okay, so yeah, tomorrow night, Friday night, Martin will be facilitating the Joining in Light group session. Saturday night, we have Kay going live with Jesus. And I'm trying to remember what that is. And then Sunday night, Michael will be leading the Joining in Light group. And then there's Joining Express that comes out on our Messenger Facebook page. And people announce their schedules, and then it's posted weekly. And you can always, as we've all done, post live on Messenger and say, is anybody available? And then someone may or may not be available, but just put it out there and see what's offered. So there's many opportunities for joining. And as we've all learned from our own experience, and Jesus says, when two or more are gathered together, there I am. And it just makes a huge difference, joining with even one other or more, rather than sitting at home alone, trying to go through the miracle worksheet or whatever. There's something very powerful about joining.
Yes. Yeah, to clear out those dust bunnies, sometimes there's still just some residue in there.
Or the mountains.
Mountains.
And Laura, you need to end the meeting. I don't know why it's set up this way, but
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Bye again.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.